Look at you. Using someone's life for your own personal gain again. It doesn't matter. It's not like they have any family. Surely no one will notice or even care if they go missing. You know, there are two things wrong with that thought process. The first is that you never really know when your past might come back to haunt you. And the second is, well, you can never tell who might be the vengeful type of person. Hello everybody. Before we jump into today's game, you may notice that the camera angle and quite possibly the lighting for this video are a little bit off. Now there's a very easy explanation for this. And that is that I am recording this video during the who knows what number quarantine in Ontario. It was recently declared to be a state of emergency for COVID-19. So people who could work from home were told that they should be working from home. Now, as an IT, I'm very capable of working from home, lucky enough. But as an IT as well, it's very difficult to work from home with just one screen, and I just had my laptop. So I brought home two monitors, and now I could do my job very proficiently at home. But because of that, I had to rearrange my entire desk to make room for the two monitors and set up so I could actually do work. That meant I had to move my lights and I had to move my camera, so that's why everything might be a little bit off for this recording, but it's going to be this way for a little while. I can't say exactly when the quarantine will be done, but I'll be recording videos until 2021's done, because I plan on recording videos throughout the entire year. Hopefully the quarantine doesn't last for the entire year, but until it is done, videos will be like this for gaming for a little while. Now, with all of that out of the way, welcome to Sorority Rites. This is another game in the Dere.exe series. This is quite possibly the second game in the chronological order of this series because it features Myles as the main character, which is one of the dead girls in Dere.exe. It's also chronologically before Dere.exe, but we know that there was one other game before that, and that's Dere.nes. So, with all of that, I'm pretty certain that this is the second chronological game. With all that out of the way, let's hear our password and jump into the game with Chapter 1. Oh yeah, this is another visual novel, if I didn't already mention that. Chapter 1, July 7th of 2014. My name is Myles. I'm 18 years old and I'm turning 19 next month. I'm just an average introverted girl with no friends. I live in the Philippines. I'm just a typical college student. My life can get pretty boring. We spend most of our days enrolling in new colleges. We move every few months. It's tough. Constantly moving means I'm always the new girl in town. Hence, the reason why I have exactly about 0 friends. Maybe it's also why I was never excited about going to school. What else should I look forward to? Schoolwork? If only I could stay all day and play games somehow. Huh. That would be cool. Wonder if I could earn from that. You absolutely can, because in 2021/2020, this is the exact time for it. With everybody in quarantine, they're all looking for some form of entertainment, so people are watching internet videos a lot more now. All I have to look forward to are Appster's newest games. I just got an unreleased game of theirs too. This game of theirs is really something. It's weird. It gives me an eerie feeling. I haven't seen anything like it. I feel an irresistible urge to play this game. It feels thrilling playing something not meant for release. My hyperverbal chatmate online gave me the link to this game. Told me she loved it so much that she wished she was in it too. That is quite possibly the other dead girl with you from Dere.exe. Can't remember her name. It might be Yanna? She says she hopes the dev finishes the game. She says she'd share it with many people. This would give the dev new fans and more chances of continuing development on the games. That girl calls herself EN. She did quite the sell for this game. She first asked me if I had played it. Told her I haven't yet. She was so surprised. What? You never played D Alpha? Then she adds, you know it's fun, right? I got curious. Weirdly, she suddenly said, I'm not supposed to give my opinion, but give it a try and then you can tell me if it's good or not. I was convinced. She cut me a deal. She gave it to me for free. And that's a great price, she says. Well, technically it was. She gave me a quick backstory of the game. She claims that the game is unstable and is in constant flux. Whatever. She says that the game changes form and can even take the form of entirely new games. The game can get glitchy though. Now I'm playing the game in all its unfinished glory. The insane chaos, the thrill of platforming. Thank you, EN. I'm not late yet. I think I could play one round. Dad. Young lady, need I remind you that you are late for school? Stop playing those games. Take these books and head on over. Be excited. You might meet some friends there. Dad, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm an adult now. I'm not the type to get excited at the thought of meeting new friends. Well, not anymore. I've given up on that. What's the point? We're probably moving again soon anyway. Well, since it's just your second week at school, I figured you'd get more chances to meet friends. Stop it, Dad. This is all your fault. If you hadn't taken that stupid job at Dr. Rothstein, I would have met people who'd maybe like me for who I am. If I had stayed at one place long enough, it doesn't matter. I don't think you care for me at all. All you think about is that stupid job. Bye, Dad. I'm sorry, Myles. I'm doing the best I could. I'm sorry it's been like this. I love you, daughter. I'll fix this. Don't worry. For 18 years, I was always known as the weird girl. The one with no friends, strict parents, and strange habits. Aside from the moving, I was an outcast in part because I loved to smell pages of books I read. Weird, right? Another was because I spent all day playing games. Turns out people still discriminate gamers in 2014. I haven't had the chance to meet any local teens. I knew nobody and was scared of having to make new friends. I haven't spoken to anyone in town yet. I was too shy, you see. Maybe today will be different. Today will not be different. That's the school bully. You're dead in artificial iridescence. So I have a feeling you're in another game. Venice or Venice. Hey, watch it! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stomp on your foot. I was just in a hurry. I was late for my next class. I've gotta go. Not so fast, you clumsy wimpy. I said I'm sorry, Venice. Now get over it. We're both adults. We shouldn't make it a big deal. What did you just say to me? So you already know me, huh? Well, duh. Who would not know the famous girl on campus? Anyway, I really need to get going. I'm running late. Sorry about your shoes, though. Oh no, dear. I'm not gonna let it pass just like that. You see, these are new shoes, and you've ruined it. Excuse me? I merely stepped on it. Designer shoes are that fragile? I'm pretty sure you're not deaf. You heard it right. You will pay for this. Can we talk about this later? I need to run. Run all you want, Wimpy. Meet me at the mansion, 5 p.m. sharp. Don't make me wait. If you don't show up, there will be hell to pay. I don't know, okay? I will try. Nonsense, Wimpy. You don't have a choice. Okay. Do you even know where the mansion is? No, I was hoping I could use that as an excuse. After class, I contemplated going and paced back and forth at the idea. Do I really need to see Venice? Did I actually ruin her shoes? What did she mean by me paying for her ruined shoes? Why does she want me to meet her at the mansion? Does she want me to literally pay her for the shoes? I don't think I'll be able to afford it. Or worse, does she want me to fight her or something? I've never gotten into a fight before. Should I go home? Typical spoiled rich brat. Venice isn't really the type of person I should snub. She is the leader of a powerful sorority here. I may not have friends here, but I'm a good observer. A lot of students fear her because of her sorority's bullying. I don't want to get bullied again. I've been through many schools and it's time for this to stop. I'm going. Girls, in an hour we'll have someone new. She's the one. Perfect for the ritual. Plus, she's already connected. The family will be pleased. She'll be entering the mansion soon, and yes, I had it set up. She won't be leaving. Don't worry. Sisters, our sorority has endured for 100 years. Our generation will usher in a new era. Soon, what is written in the guidestones will be a reality. Everything we've been planning for will happen. Is this girl a yandere and the ritual is something to keep girls away from her boy? Is this the girl from the very first Dere.exe and we don't even know this? I mean, I'm sure they have different names, but she kind of looks similar. I basically peer pressured myself into meeting up with Venice. You're late. I'm here now. What are we doing here? Stop acting tough. I can smell your fear, wimp. Why? Is there anything to be scared of? Ah, such a cute, brave little wimpy we got here. Enough. I don't have much time for this. My dad is waiting for me at home. Ah, why are you always in such a hurry? I've got more important things to do, you know. Is that so? Just so you know, this awesome shoe is a limited edition, and I bet you got no money to pay for it. And for that, you'll need to do something for me. I'm not surprised. I've heard so much about you. The gossips are true after all. You've heard it all right. You know what? I don't care. I had an emotional attachment to that shoe. I was hurt. You have to seek penance. Will you cut it out? Just tell me what to do now. Take a chill pill, Wimpy. Here's what you're going to do. Spend the night in the infamous mansion. Just stay there for the night and we're even. It's that easy. And that's a great price. Why are you using that catchphrase? Are you out of your mind? Why would I do such craziness? No way. Not only that, I have a deal for you. Tell me what's in it for me. I know that you have been invisible to everyone at school, and you do not have any friends. Not really an issue for me. I'm better off alone. I like it that way. Whatever it is, no thanks. I guess you believe in fairness and equality, right? Don't you want people to start treating you better? I believe in that, yes. And it means people like you shouldn't force people to do what you want. I see that you have a big mouth, too. That's it. I'm leaving. Kiss my... Your father wouldn't like that. What Venice wants, Venice gets. What? Your father works at Rothstein Institute, right? Yes? How did you know? Had my people look into you. If you don't do this, I'll have my Aunt Lilith fire your father. Sounds like the name of a demon is suiting such a bitch. It's a shame, too, since losing his wife, you and that job are all that he has left. Don't you dare talk about my parents. But, okay, you have my attention, Venice. You got it right, Wimpy. Don't worry, this is tradition. If you pass this test, you'll be part of our sorority. You'll be respected and honored like every member. You'll be popular among students and teachers alike. Your father will surely appreciate what you're about to do. Appreciate what? His daughter living by your rules? I can trace back a curious and probably detrimental aspect of my personality at that time. Truth is, I didn't mind staying at that mansion. I've read about it and its paranormal phenomena. I guess I just wanted to see it for myself. Aside from that, I may have hated my father's job, but I didn't want him to lose it. I didn't want him to lose anything again. Why do you need me so bad? You are a boring person and you ruined my shoes. Listen, I don't really care about joining your little group. Just promise not to bother me after tonight. Take a chill pill, Clumsy. It's a deal. You have my word. Good. If you accomplish this task, we will tell the whole campus not to bother you. We will protect you. That includes us, too. We won't make your life miserable. Your father gets to keep his job. The opposite happens if you fail. The entire campus will be your enemy, the professors included. You will not graduate. Everything you worked hard for? All out the window, honey. Why do you want me to go through this so bad? Honestly. If you must know, I've been low on recruits this year, and I was hoping that after this, you may consider joining. Sorority life isn't so bad. You'll get new friends, know a lot about campus life too. You'll have sisters who will support you in your endeavors. You'll get a chance to engage in philanthropic activities, we can make a difference in our community together. I may be a mean big sister to you, but I hope you consider joining us after tonight. I'll think about it. Why didn't I see it coming? Why did I have to be so stupid? What am I doing here? The infamous mansion, an old Victorian-era mansion that was used as housing for the local church. It was just a few blocks away from the campus. TV shows devoted entire episodes about this place. Didn't think we'd be living this close to it. It feels surreal to actually be seeing it. Looking at it now, I feel oddly drawn to it. I felt like it was calling out for me. No, not the mansion. I feel a force within it that compels me to enter. Curiosity? No, something more. The internet says no one should enter this place. They say it kills you and takes your soul. I never believed the stories when I was 12. I stopped believing in ghosts and spirits. But this feels different. I get a foreboding feeling about entering, but the excitement consumed me as well. Why here? Why me? We've always had our sorority rites here. The location for the initiation needed to be a place where great fear is felt. It allows us to stop wimps like you from joining the club. The place is perfect for that, and at night with no lights. The rules are simple. Spend the night at the mansion. You get to leave at 6 a.m. You are allowed to sleep. We'll know if you try to leave the mansion, trust me. Don't even try it. Also, no phones allowed. Gee, what a great way to get people into a sorority. You give your members heart attacks and mental issues. Hey, I don't tell you how to run your sorority, don't I? Oh wait, that's right. You don't have one. Now get in there or else. Chapter 2. This is difficult, very difficult. I am not at all comfortable with this. I keep reminding myself why I'm doing it. I have to stay in the mansion until morning. Easier said than done. I tried to play it cool, but I couldn't ignore the panic starting to rise up in my belly. The front entrance wasn't locked, so I stepped inside. The silence was obvious and unnerving. With my flashlight in hand, I looked around the house to see what it's really like on the inside. Felt like I'm walking into a horror movie. I figured that someone was about to play a prank on me, so I stayed still and waited for someone to pop out of nowhere. There's a window just behind me. The curtains were lighted translucent, so some light came through from the streetlight. The exact moment that I turned to look what it's like in the living room, and then a crashing sound! What was it? Who could it be? Am I just overreacting? Did I hear it right? So many questions flooded my mind. Maybe I'm just getting too paranoid and jumpy. Crap, I need to find a place to crash for the night. What was that? I walked deeper into the house. I headed upstairs to find a room. I mustered the courage to reach the front of the door. I wondered if I should turn around and go back. I cautiously stared into it, fearing for whatever was in there. I decided to hold the doorknob, twist it, and pull it slowly. The door opened into a cold emptiness. I used the flashlight to look around. It's dead silent. There wasn't really anything interesting about this room. I stepped back into the room and took a better look around with the flashlight. I feel like the room itself has taken me hostage. Hey! Purple-haired girl from Dere.exe! And in the very corner of the room, I saw her. It was a girl. Her back was towards me as she stood facing the corner of the room. Her short hair with a shade of purple stood still. I just stared at her for a minute, not sure of what to say. I didn't know what to do. I ran out of words to say. Maybe the best way to do is to get out of the room. I felt it's best to leave the girl alone. I cautiously make a step towards the door. I hear her make a sound. Hey. Relief washed over me like rain when I heard her voice. Hi, what's your name? My name is Yanna. So Yanna is the girl from Dere.exe. I can't remember the name of the girl from Dere.exe then. Why are you here? What are you doing here? Just sitting around. So you're here for the initiation? Yes, that's the reason I came here. And you? How'd you end up here? You know, you teleporting worried me for a split second. I thought you were doing a jump scare. Hey, you alright? Same reason. I didn't expect someone would be here. I thought I'd be alone in this house all night. Well, I'll try not to bother you then. No, that's not what I meant. I'm happy I have company. Same here. This place gives me the creeps. Why are you hanging out in this room? I mean, it's a little odd. Don't you want to at least explore the house or something? Not at all. I'm too much of a scaredy cat to go around this house. I see. If you don't mind me asking, why'd you let yourself in on this craziness? Venice forced me into it. She also made promises. Kind of weird forcing someone and rewarding them too. So you got blackmailed into going through with this. She threatened me and guilted me into this. Actually, nothing to blackmail me for. What's your story? You used the word guilt. What did you do to her? Care to share? I stepped on her shoe. Oh, that really expensive one that she loved? You deserve all of this. Excuse me, Yanna, I thought we were just about to be friends. Oh no, really? Okay, good. Kidding. Anyway, tell me something about yourself. Name? Forgot. Sorry. I still feel nervous around new people. My name is Myles. Average, nothing noteworthy. People think I'm some kind of freak. I get bullied a lot. People love ruining my day whenever they get the chance. People can be very mean sometimes, but I disagree with the nothing noteworthy part. Everyone is special in their own ways. When you don't fit in, I guess people like to pick on you. And I never fit in too because me and my dad move a lot. Is that why you're joining the sorority? No, if I did, I feel that nothing is going to change anyways. I got used to it anyway. Doesn't bother me as much as before. Cheer up, Myles. We got the whole night ahead of us. Yeah. So what do we do? What else could we possibly do around here? I'm betting there's a bunch of old books somewhere here. Maybe we can go around and look. We might get lost or something. It would be best if we stay here. Let's just imagine this is our weird slumber party. You seem to be afraid of a lot of things in this house. Do you have any weird phobias? Nothing in particular, but I guess I could say that I'm afraid of the dark. And yet I found you here. In the dark. All by yourself. Aren't you afraid of the dark? Not everyone is afraid of the dark. Yeah, and some people are afraid of concepts too. I guess anyone can be afraid of anything. What do you mean? If it's something you can't understand or explain, there's a good chance you'll fear it. Sounds like you're talking about the Dere.exe games here. But none of them have been created except for Proto-Dere.ness. Are you the daughter of the mother from the first one? A philosopher once said, people fear what they don't understand. I think that philosopher's name is Nas or something. In that case, anyone can overcome their fears too, even darkness or death, if they understand them. As for me, well, I did plan on joining the sorority. I kinda liked the idea when I entered this infernal place. Did? And now you don't? Well, I figured I just can't. I guess Venice isn't going to be my big sister anymore. What's with that sorority anyway? They're not like the sorority girls I've seen in films. They seem crazier, but in a bad, not fun way. Yeah, they call themselves the sorority too. No Greek stuff. They look like cultists, speak of sigils. Still parties hard though. They use this real cool S as their logo too. Looked familiar. It's weird that you know so much about them. Trust me, I've only been here a week and all I hear about is them. Venice, the smart, athletic girl, and her all-powerful sorority. They are powerful, backed by the school, the Rothstein Institute, and local politicians. I don't know how they did it. Okay, enough about them. You sure you don't want to look around? It might be fun, and we might find something cool. I don't think that's a good idea. What if there are spiders, stray dogs, rusted nails, or bad spirits? Like you? Are you a spirit? Maybe not a bad one, but still a spirit? Ghosts? Not likely. Truth is, I don't believe in ghosts and spirits and the like. But if I see one, well, I'd change my mind. Honestly, I saw something. Not a ghost, it's something else. What is it then? It's some kind of triangle-shaped entity. That there is a reference to Silent Hill Pyramid Head if I have ever seen one. It's some kind of triangle-shaped entity, but it's formless. Sometimes it is inconceivable in shape, and it floats around. Or the mothership. Girl, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Sounds like you've read too much about this house. Well, I'm telling you, it's real. You may have felt it already. It can change your perceptions. Walls moving. I did feel something like that earlier. What else have you heard about it? I'm telling you, I saw it, and yes, I've read about it too. Articles on the groups who tried to explore this place. Groups? What happened to them? Some people died here. Autopsies couldn't determine the cause. It was like their brains just shut off. Others reported feeling the walls moving, nausea, dizziness, headaches, but went home unscathed. Those that did go home never had a good night's rest again. Their sleep was always interrupted by something in the dark. What was in the dark? They say it comes into their homes. It was darker than black. It didn't follow the rules of physics at all. It was hard to describe. What does it do? Oh God, that sounds insane. Nothing. It just watches you. They wake up and see it there. It drove some of them insane. Said they had to finish connecting. Creepy. What about those that didn't lose their minds? They learned to live with it. It just watches. But they say that's actually the worst part. Imagine waking up and find it there, and you know it's been watching. The dread. Insanity must have been their escape. Some people say that thing is ancient, like it's why people all around the world built pyramids at around the same time. It's for pleasing it. Sounds scary, but people have always told stories like that. Yeah, wonder where they got it from. You know what? Forget it. Forget what? You were right. Right about what? Right about not trying to explore this infernal place. And what made you change your mind? A lot, really. I'm not taking any chances. Admit it, you got scared because of my story. Somehow. Not everyone has a brave heart, after all. Besides, this house is very old. We might fall or slip into holes or something. Good to hear that, Myles. I am just glad you changed your mind. Maybe the best thing to do now is to try to catch some sleep. We've still got classes tomorrow. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, unlike you, I don't work well with the lack of sleep. All right, Myles, let's snooze. It's hard to sleep knowing that Venice got us into this mess. Such an unbelievable spoiled brat. It would be best not to talk about her. Let's just get some rest. We'll be out of here anytime soon. Venice better make sure that after tonight, they won't be bothering me anymore. Let's call it a night. I think I saw a sweet-looking bed in a room next to this one. There's one behind you. Oh, and Myles? You said you didn't have friends, right? Yep. Can I be your friend? Sure. That's why. Hey ho, hey! What is going on in that background there? Aunt Lilith, I've done it. How many did you send in? Just one. No, she didn't send Yanna in. Just one. Her name is Myles, and just one? Do you not understand how important this is? That thing in that house. The TriNemesis holds the key. I know. I've sent in 2 girls this week. I'm trying my best. I'm sorry, Aunt Lilith. Perhaps next week I'll... Nonsense, Venice. Dr. Rothstein needs more data. Send more people in, or I'll pull the plug on your sorority. Aunt, I know you taught me never to ask questions about what we do here, but why exactly do we need more? When your uncle visited that place, the TriNemesis gave him a gift of sorts, a tumor-like device in his head. We want to know why your uncle received that, and if the TriNemesis will do the same to other visitors. Also, the TriNemesis can achieve the consciousness transfer with its power to digitally extract consciousness, so they've been using it to send people into the game, i.e. Dere.exe girl in the back there is the uncle Absur though. We can copy, delete, and move minds as easy as managing files. Imagine this power, Venice. We can usher in a new world. That triangle machine in that house, that can convert humans. That is the next step in our evolution. That is our salvation. Yes, Aunt Lilith, I understand, but what about the Yandere program? Can't we use them as test subjects? Sadly, the Yandere behind us is the last one. We've already destroyed the others. That is the girl from Dere.exe. Send more people in by next week. Yes, Aunt Lilith. I will not fail you. Me and Yanna found an old bed to sleep on. It was much bigger and more comfortable than the one in the other room. Unfortunately, the soonest I'd lied down, I felt the walls caving in, and I found myself entering a bad dream. I woke up in a nightmare. My heart was pounding like it was going to burst out of my chest. I never felt my heart pounding so loud before. Hey! In my dream, I suddenly found myself outside my room. I saw a dim light shining in the hall as though a light was on in one of the rooms. I made my way down the hall, stopping at the second room on the left. Inside, a teenage girl that is about my age stood crying by a dimly lit fireplace. Who are you? I asked, bewildered and frightened. I'm sad, wailed the girl as she turned around to face me. I noticed that it was the same fireplace I saw when I entered this dreaded mansion. In my dreams, it felt real, like I was there. Then I remember asking her, why? What's wrong? I asked. I remembered that I didn't exist anymore. Yanna! What are you saying? What do you mean you don't exist? I'm sorry, but I don't understand, I confusedly said. I could feel the air getting colder. I died a week ago on a night not too different from the night you entered this house. I was once just like you, gullible, adventurous, and full of life. One day, it was noon break at the college cafeteria, and I was playing some games on my phone. A group of mean girls came over and talked to me. They asked me if I wanted to be a part of their group. Venice said that all I had to do was to pass one test, like a dare. I just needed to spend the whole night in an infamous mansion located a few blocks away from the school campus. Being a new girl in school, a certified nerd, and lifetime loser, I really wanted to join because I needed friends. I needed to feel that somehow I belonged. I wanted more than anything to have companions and friends. And just like that, I said yes to Venice. I don't know what got into me at that moment. Maybe I was just so lonely. I was lonely and foolish. It was the worst decision of my life. I shouldn't have fallen for their tricks. Oh my god, what have they done to you? Did they... I felt the tears falling down my face. I couldn't imagine what tragedy or bad luck this girl got into. I felt so sorry for her. I entered this house. It was my last mistake. I was about to get up on my knees to leave, but to my surprise, something scared the crap out of me. It is the what I called mothership from Dere.exe. I couldn't explain what it was, but it was stalking me. In that moment, I stood still. I felt my body turn cold and my mind froze. It felt like it was devouring my mind. I couldn't move, my heart beating faster than the usual. Breaths became shallow and heavy, and my head started to feel light. Suddenly, I felt a sharp pain in my chest. Then I saw glitch-like distortions. I fell to the floor, then everything went black. I saw myself lying on the floor. I couldn't explain the feeling. Helpless and tireless, 2 days later, Venice took some of my brain tissue, then burned my body to cover up what they did. Threw my lifeless body in the fireplace in the living room, like I'm a worthless piece of meat. I want justice for what happened to me. Myles, I want you to help me, please. It's not a coincidence that you were here in this house. You could see me. You could speak to me. I have no idea how it's possible, but you can. You have to help me. I want justice. I'm counting on you, friend. I have faith in you. I know you'll never fail me, no matter what it takes. You have to stop her before she does this again. She looked at me with a pleading eye for a while. She fades amidst the room, just like the wind, confused. Is it really just a dream? Is this real, I asked myself? My eyes began to wander the entire room. I remember Yanna and gasped loudly as I found a burnt piece of her dress beside me. I sighed with a heavy heart. It really was Yanna. So this is why it all felt weird last night. Now I know the truth. She wants justice. A gush of wind softly touches my face. Yanna, I muttered to myself. Chapter 3, is she going to kill Venice? Because we know after Dere.exe and after Dere Evil roll around, artificial iridescence happens where they are working on Dere vengeance, and Venice is dead at that time. Myles, where are you? I've got good news. I finally quit my job. No more working nights. Huh. Must have left for school early. That's good. Oh, she left her game running. Wonder what it's about. Maybe playing it will allow me to relate more to her. Maybe this game could be a good source of bonding time for us. Oh, I didn't know I'd get to play it. Dere Alpha. So, since we know the other Yandere is in Dere.exe right now, this must be before Dere Evil, right? New game. Hey! This is the character that we saw in Proto-Dere.nes. Hi, my name is Ada. That's very close to Ava. Hi, my name is Ada. I will help you win this game. This game is still in the alpha state. It may still contain echoes of previous iterations of the game. Good luck! So it may contain stuff from Dere.exe. I fucked up immediately. Press space to continue. Alright. Do I need a second box, or can I just make it with the one? Oh, no, I can't make it with one. I need that second box, don't I? Oh, I can bounce on walls. Okay, got it. The physics programming is corrupted. You can jump while falling down. The boxes also seem to defy physics laws. We apologize for whatever inconvenience this may have caused. Oh, that's what you mean by the boxes, defy physics. Alright, so I need, what, a staircase? To bring me farther than what that brought me before? Ah, shit! Okay, so I can only jump once when falling. Alright, so let's go with doing that, and then push. There we go. Ah, shit! Alright, that's harder than I thought. I think, yeah, this has to be before Dere.exe, because in Dere.exe you play as a knight. And this is not a knight. I'm trying to make this go as long as possible. There we go. Oh, what? I was so close! This is surprisingly harder than I thought. But I guess the Dere games never said they'd be easy, so... Because I can carry this. I can bring this much farther. Uh-oh, did I just fuck myself? I may have. Help! Alright, fuck it. Come on. Oh, just made it, okay. You didn't tell me that those would kill me. Why didn't you tell me the truth? Can I land on them? It's probably... It's probably safest to try and land on them, actually. Why did I fly? God, I didn't mean to go that fast. Oh, I'm not gonna make that. Alright. Whoa! Don't do this to me again! Oh, I just made that. Okay. Give me. I saw... That's... Hi? That was from Dere.net. That wasn't in Dere.exe. Is this before Dere.exe? Why are you making that? Oh. Fuck! Can I just... If I go... What am I supposed to do? If I jump over her, I die? Oh, she goes back. Okay. That's from Dere... Proto-Dere.net, though. This might actually be before Dere.exe. I apologize. I am succumbing to the corruption as well. Follow Absurd Games on social and visit our website at www.absurdgames for future updates on our awesome games. But Aid was the name of the... Fuck! Can I just walk over? No, I can't walk over her in general. Okay. Ah! Okay, so I can jump over her if I jump, double jump sort of thing. Goodbye. Okay, I was gonna say, is that death? Oh no, 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 don't do it, don't do it! Oh, I can't go through there. Alright. Oh god. I panicked. I don't know if I should touch that sign. Oh, it is death! Damn it. Can I touch it from the side? Cause I'm... Ah, fuck! I'm gonna have to look it up. I think Abser made a timeline video, actually. I think this is before Dere.exe as well. That's not fair! They boxed me in! Just because the avatar looks more like... Fuck. The one from Dere, proto-Dere.ness than it does the one from Dere.exe. Are you coming back? Fuck! She beat me to it. Also, because the thing killing me currently, is the one that was showing up a lot more... Oh, you fucking suck! From, proto-Dere.ness. I don't remember if I ever saw her in Dere.exe, actually. Fuck! She's too fast! Or I'm too slow. Alright, don't touch the... Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. I'm not... I want to see... No, you can't touch it from the side either! Fuck! I wanted to know if it said anything. Oh, that was a dumb choice, that was a dumb choice, that was a dumb choice. Fuck! She beat me again! Okay. And now we're just not going to touch the sign at all, then. No, no... Oh. Fish? What the fuck are those? Those aren't birds. That's the character from proto-Dere.ness! This is after proto-Dere.ness! Don't like it. I don't like it. Don't like... Ah! Fuck it! Okay. No signal. What the fuck? Oh, she got out of the house, though. Wait. This is the exact image cropped out, like, Myles is cropped out, from artificial iridescence. Hey, Venice. By the way, I want to thank you for the company you brought in last night. What is that? I met a friend of yours last night. Her name was Yanna. Ha! I wonder if that certified loser made it through. That nobody doesn't stand a chance. How could you say such things? Yanna, Myles, both nobodies and losers. Listen to me. I want to tell you a story, Venice. I hate it too, but we have to spend a little more time for that obnoxious loser. No, Venice, you listen to me. I know what you did to Yanna. I know everything. You won't get away with it. Yanna will never be found. She has no family, no friends. No one will be looking for her. I know the truth. I know what happened to her. For God's sake, Venice! Yanna's dead because of your stupid sorority initiation. You don't even care about her. You and your friends moved on like nothing happened. Venice, look at me when I'm talking to you. I don't feel guilty at all. It has to be done. We've been at this for decades. The family is pleased with our progress. Try telling that to Yanna. Oh my God, Venice. You're not even listening to me. As expected, Venice ran away to God knows where. Aunt Lilith, I've done it. Another person dead because of our plans. This all better be worth it in the end. I don't think I could go back to school for a while. No, Venice, you have to be strong. You're doing this for the good of all. For the world. For Uncle. No matter, I have to be strong. I have to get new people in. Tomorrow I'm going back to the house, and then I will. Did not expect you to do that! Yanna, this is impossible! This can't be real! Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's all in your head. You know, I'm not the vengeful type. I thought I was your last victim. I thought it was a mistake. But when you sent Myles in, I knew you'd do it again. And again. I have to stop you. Sorry. Oh, and Venice? Thank you. Living without a body isn't so bad. In fact, I'm feeling fantastic. My instinct kicked in and I had the urge to follow Venice. I need to see her. I need to talk to her. She can't leave just like that. I hurriedly ran towards her house. The door was wide open. I decided to let myself in. I heard a voice from upstairs. Help! I was very afraid. The screaming became louder and more struggled. I didn't have the courage to take the stairs. The screaming was then replaced with a horrible gurgling voice. I knew I needed to go upstairs. I ran like hell, as fast as I could. The screaming stopped. It went silent just when I was about to enter the room. Her doors were already open. What I saw was the most disturbing sight in my life. Huh. Not as bad as I thought it would be. She died very much like the victims of the ring do. Venice was sitting in her bed. It looked like she died in shock. Her eyes were clouded with a horrified stare. Her clothes hung loosely around her skinny figure and her face. Her face was disfigured in a way words couldn't describe. Venice looked horrible. I turned around, and at the moment that I decided to leave, someone taps me on my shoulder. Bewildered, it was Yanna. I could actually see her peacefully smiling at me. I walked out and into the streets. I felt tired and dizzy. I had a gut feeling that I needed to go back to the mansion for the last time. My feet just started walking like it has a life of its own. I had so many questions for Yanna, and I couldn't wait another day to ask her about it. I arrived at the mansion late afternoon. I took a good look at it. It looked so much better during the day. I never thought that the mansion looked perfect in any way, but despite the old and rusty furniture displays, I felt at home. I walked deeper into the mansion until finally I could see the room where I met Yanna. I remembered everything that happened last night. I searched around the room in disbelief. Yanna was nowhere to be found. I decided to check the room where we slept. I noticed a familiar-looking body on the bed. To my horror, oh my god, she's been dead this whole time. That's why none of the other... I was thinking that exact thing. That, why did none of the other students react to her? And just Yanna? It was because she was already dead and Yanna was the only one who could see her. But when she walked to the location, all that, I thought, okay, maybe I misread it and she's still going to die. No, she's been dead since she went in there. That is why, my god, as soon as Yanna said another person dead, I didn't think she was talking about Yanna. I was pretty sure she was talking about Myles, and I was right. To my horror, I couldn't believe what I saw. My cold, lifeless body was on the bed. Yanna appears, looking at me reassuringly. You never woke up from your sleep. You were already on your way to death when you entered this place. It's probably why you could see me. It's gonna be alright. I'm here for you. I knew it. I didn't want to say it, but it really seemed like she was already dead. Wow. Francis Daphne de Ayala, or otherwise known as Absur. Fucking great way to connect how Myles meets Yanna. How Myles meets Yanna, how Venice died. It's a great connection you did here, and obviously, this is before Dere.exe, so it is the second game in the series. Wow. That was amazing. In cooperation with Darius Emmanuel D. Guerrero. Art by Francis, That's based on a game by Absur Inc. Yanna and Myles will return in Dere.exe, which we've already played on the channel, unfortunately. Or fortunately. That's awesome. That was great. Absur, I love all your games, man. They are so good at telling the story. There's a few more that I have to play. The Last Yandere, Hopbound, and there's a new one that just recently came out called PuzzlingPeaks.exe, and I'm pretty sure they're all connected. So, with that said, that has been Sorority Rites. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.